What's my sin? What's my sin? What's my sin?
Sarah, I've got two questions. One is, what's your favourite scene? And what's the scene that you find most challenging in this production?
The bit I thought would be challenging would be acting the role. And actually that was the easiest bit for me. I think the bit I had to really, really work on, because I am a soprano naturally, was to work with the singing parts, because I had to find a way, because of course it's always done by women with very different type of voice to mine, to bring my own voice into it. So that was probably the most challenging thing for me, and I did a lot of preparation for it. Scene-wise, I think, although they're the hardest to do, it's probably at the end, when she's in total madness and she's so vulnerable, and it's wonderful the way that this is written, because you build up to it. Of course it's always in the background with her, but then it finally comes out at the end, so that's probably the most enjoyable bit for me.
Tim, could I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Same question that I asked of Sarah. What's your favourite role, and what's the part that you find most challenging?
I think one of my favourite moments in the show is a section where Sarah sings a beautiful song called
I can't
New
remember
Ways
all.
to Dream. And Sarah kind of goes into this trance, and Joe kind of comes behind her and sings about this kind of trance-like state that she's in, like sleepwalking. That's one of the most beautiful moments for me in the show, because the melody is just so lush and lyrical. And then I kind of go upstairs and Sarah kind of follows, and it's a beautiful sequence. That's probably my favourite moment in the show to perform. The most challenging for me is singing Sunset Boulevard.
Oh, you did a good job.
Thank you. Trying to sing that
That's
song
good.
at
You did a
11 o'clock in the
fantastic
morning is terrifying. But yeah, it's the most challenging for me.
Yeah.
I always think of myself primarily as an actor rather than a singer. So I try and approach everything from an acting and storytelling point of view. And I hope that, you know, whether I sing it perfectly or not, I feel if I get the intention of the song across, then I'm content and I'm happy. But it's a big sing, and for not kind of, you know, I've never had to sing this much in my career ever. So it's a lot, and it's been terrifying getting here, but also incredibly exhilarating, and I feel a wonderful sense of accomplishment, and very proud of this production. I mean, it's so beautiful, and what Sarah's doing, you know, more on to what Sarah was saying before about the acting. When we started, Sarah was, you know, might I say, quite
reticent. I said
Yeah.
to Tim, look, you know, I've done a few plays and I've done a couple of movies, but this isn't really what I do. I'm usually a concert type singer, and
It's
and we
been
just
wonderful, though.
Well, what was so wonderful was there's a really good chemistry between us, which really, really helps because you know, directors, and when you're brought in for these things, they never really know how the chemistry is going to be. They do their best with casting, and we just immediately kind of clicked as soon as we started acting, and I felt really comfortable with Tim, and he gave me a lot of space with it. And it was a good experience.
But it was extraordinary to see, you know, Sarah's kind of evolution throughout the rehearsal process, and how comfortable you became with the acting side of things, and how playful it was, and open to things you were. It was very exciting to witness that.
What's my